Good day everyone, this is Natasha Advani here and welcome to my YouTube channel Recharge Your Life in 15 minutes. And we have with here our esteemed guest Dr. Deepak Garg, who has a rich experience for cataract and squint, right? Am I right, Dr.
Yeah.
Deepak?
Yeah.
And I think that is very, very important nowadays. People are facing, in fact children are going through squint and a lot of other things. So tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, I'm an ophthalmologist by profession. I'm a cataract and squint specialist. I basically studied in Bombay. I did my medicine in Bombay. I did my ophthalmology from Chennai. And of course, I specialized in treating squints.
Okay.
And basically children's eye problems, right? But my exposure to the outdoors, because I'm generally an outdoors person, I think started when I was 6 years old. My mother enrolled us into a tennis class because we didn't have much to do at home apart from school. She enrolled us in this tennis class, and my brother and I basically played tennis for 10 years,
Oh, wow.
every day, sometimes twice a day. That activity actually hardwired physical activity in us as people. Which is why we run, we work out, we may do a hike sometimes as individuals, which we think or which I think is extremely important for our children to have. Exercise or physical activity should be hardwired into them. In the 8th standard, I was introduced to hiking by one of my school teachers. And since then I have done a few hikes too, which gives me immense pleasure. It clears up my mind. So there are a lot of advantages. It's not only a physical, people say running is like meditation.
Yes.
People say hiking is like meditation. When you're walking alone in the wilderness, there's no one around you.
Yes.
And you're walking for 2 hours. It is, you basically zone out completely.
Yeah, true.
That is like meditation.
Yeah.
Running alone for 1 hour, 2 hours, in a heat when you're already tired, you basically become like a zombie.
Yeah,
so you zone out and you're just running.
Basically,
and that's
you
the
go
time
from the mind to the heart. And not only running, it could be swimming, painting. People have this misconception that it's only sitting silent. It's as long as you feel refreshed and nice, and it's so good for the eyes, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is. Basically, and frankly speaking, today anything away from the screens is good for the eyes. Any physical or outdoor activity will keep you away from the screen.
Yes.
And so that is useful.
So I think that's a nice advice for youngsters and teenagers. Also be away from screen, because nowadays, because of laptops and computers
iPads.
and iPads, like children are like a 5-year-old are having such thick glasses. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. It all started in COVID.
Yes.
Actually, suddenly the jump we saw was in COVID, when in June, so Feb was the lockdown, March was the lockdown, April we didn't work, May we started working. By June, July, we started seeing the numbers, and it happened across the globe, not only for our practice.
Okay, and I have to tell you something. I'm doctor's patient, and I know what a good doctor you are. I was facing red eyes during Corona, of course, because I was again on the laptop for so many hours because of my work, and he was so awesome. He gave me some nice solutions and some medicines to have because I was feeling scratchy, and I guess my eyes were like tomatoes. I think even tomatoes would be better than my eyes, and he was just awesome and cured me. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
doctor.
Thank you.
So what do you have to say about the 5 most common challenges that people face nowadays? Because I feel no matter how healthy you are, physically fit you are, eyes are a very, very important aspect of the body. In fact, without eyes, we can't do anything. We can't function. So what do you think are the most important challenges? 5 most important challenges.
Yeah. So the first most important or most commonly seen eye problem today is basically dryness.
Okay.
Dryness is happening because of multiple reasons. It could be the weather. It could be the air quality, which is very poor in Bombay, and therefore if people watching this video really ask 10 people around them, 5 will tell them that we have watering, we have irritation, we have an occasional burning. It's all because of dryness. So one is, I said, the weather, the air quality, also a lifestyle. So the more we are on screens, the less we tend to blink.
Okay.
And blinking is a function that keeps the front surface of the eye wet.
Okay.
So if you're not blinking, then the eyes will finally, over a week and 2 weeks and months, it will dry up. By drying up, it means that you don't have as much tear film or tear fluid in your eyes as you should have.
Okay, that's what was happening during Corona because people were not going outdoors continuously on the laptop.
Screen.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. The other things that happens is when you don't blink often, you increase the risk of getting another eye problem in the eyelids called Meibomian gland disease.
Oh.
So when you blink, the act of blinking actually squeezes some oil glands. Because we don't blink, the oil glands are not getting squeezed.
Okay.
So they tend to start collecting all the oil in them. These glands are located on the lid margins, both up and below.
Okay.
When they stop, then you get styes.
Oh,
So
that's quite
so people get more and more styes now.
Oh.
It's in a way connected to less blinking.
Okay, so I guess this is a very important tip. Dr. Deepak Garg has said that very important to blink. And what do you say about makeup? You know, women putting the eyeliner
so
in the eyes, makeup. They say even that has chemicals. So what do you have to say about that?
Yes, that has chemicals. These chemicals can irritate. These chemicals can cause further dryness. However, what has to be done has to be done. So as long as you're using high quality makeup, as long as you are changing the brand if you're finding any sort of allergies, and as long as you're cleaning it well before sleeping, I think you're fine.
Okay, I think this is very important because removing makeup also, I know so many ladies who put makeup and then they just,
So removing makeup is very important.
Before sleeping because it can affect the eyes if you don't clean it properly and, with the
Yes, it will cause allergies and dryness. So the second problem is a condition known as myopia, which is basically a child having minus number.
Okay.
Myopia also took off during COVID.
Okay.
Because our near work increased. Near work means you spend more time looking at things nearby, like a book, like an iPad, like a phone, like a computer. These are all near activities. Of course, what happened in COVID is we started spending a lot of time on the screen, and that increased the number of children with minus number. Okay, so it has gone up so much now that by 2050, we are expecting half the world to be myopic.
Oh, this is a serious issue.
Yeah, so it's like a pandemic only.
Okay.
Only thing is, it's not as bad as COVID in a way, but it is still a very serious problem. Now, when you get a minus number, you can't see for far. Okay, it's myopia is also known as nearsightedness.
Okay.
And myopia can progress up till 18.
Okay.
Right? So, it's important that we do things for children which will reduce the risk of progression.
Okay.
We cannot have the number continuously increasing. We cannot have our children become dependent on glasses.
Okay.
That is one reason why we don't want glasses. We don't want children's sports to get affected, for example.
Okay.
Right? If they are wearing a very thick pair of glasses and if they are playing a contact sport, it becomes a challenge for the child.
Okay.
The other thing is myopia increases the risk of certain eye problems. Okay, you may increase the risk of some retinal degeneration. You may increase the risk of another condition in the retina called retinal detachment.
Okay.
Both are quite serious conditions.
Okay.
And all of these happen because you have high myopia or a high minus number.
Okay.
And therefore controlling myopia today is critical.
Okay, so this is very important.
For our children.
This is a very important aspect, myopia. We take it very lightly. Oh, it's just seeing close by or far off. But please, as doctor has said, please, even if your eyes are okay, it's always good, I think, to come for checkups, right? Just to see if everything is okay for the eyes. It's not only when you have a problem, you should go to the
especially
doctor.
for children.
Especially for children, because many mothers have seen if the child doesn't have any problem, means everything is okay, we don't need to go. But I think since doctor is saying this is very important prevalent, especially for children. So it is very important to come and at least have a normal checkup. And if everything is okay, that's fine. Because as you grow older, you will have more problems in terms of not only eyes, I think every part of the body. So this is very important. As you said, like, you know, about, like, this is about children. What do you think about senior citizen and cataracts? You know, what is your viewpoint on that?
Yeah, so that is the third point that I was going to mention, which is cataracts. Now, cataracts is not a disease. It is an age-related change in the body. Okay, cataract we will see if I take 10 people from the street, maybe 6 or 7 will have a cataract at the age of 55 or 60 years of age.
Okay.
Just because I see a cataract doesn't mean that somebody has to undergo surgery to remove it.
Okay.
Okay, cataract is an aging process. So if I see a cataract in a 55-year-old who doesn't have any other eye-related complaints,
Okay.
he doesn't need to undergo surgery for the cataract because I have seen a cataract.
Oh,
Okay,
but
so
many doctors do surgery.
No, we all do surgery.
Okay.
Cataract surgery should, however, be done when the person feels that their vision is not as good as they want. When the
Okay.
person feels that I need more light in the evenings to read a book. Or when the person feels that if I'm driving a car at night, there's a lot of halo around the oncoming headlights.
Okay.
So if somebody feels all these things, can't see the score on the TV, can't see the front number of a car while driving.
Yes, yes.
Okay, when person starts feeling all these things and wishes for a better quality of vision, then they can undergo cataract surgery.
Okay.
What message I want to give today is, you do not have to wait till the cataract is ripe.
Okay.
Right? At one time, especially in India, we have this thing कि पक्का की नहीं मोतिया. अभी तक मोतिया पक्का की नहीं. See, so today's technology allows us to operate a cataract whenever. And therefore the question is asked, when should we operate? You should operate when you want to see better. When you think your quality of vision has dropped. When you know, and when you want to upgrade your vision, that's the time to get it done. You do not have to wait for very long.
Okay.
Some people are more sensitive, so they will get surgery done earlier because they want to see clear all the time.
Okay.
Some people are not. For example, a farmer in a village, if his vision drops by one line because of the cataract, he may not have a problem. He may not have a problem. He may not go to an eye doctor. But if your eye, one line drops, they are going to rush to an eye doctor to say, I can't do this.
Yes.
I need to fix my problem to be able to continue to do the work I do.
Yes, yes, yes.
We can't walk around with one line less.
No, yes,
So it's
yes.
different for different people,
Yeah,
but it's all right. There's no wrong.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a very good
Yeah.
point. Depends which profession you are, whether you're living in a metro city, village, you're living abroad, it all depends upon your work also. Like obviously people who are on laptops or different professions, you cannot, or if you're driving, you can't say you can't see properly, you meet with an accident.
Yes.
But for a farmer, as you
It
said,
may,
it's
it
okay.
may not. So, but suppose the farmer reads a lot.
Yes.
He may say, no, Deepak, I come home at night and I need too much light nowadays. Earlier I was reading with less light, so please do my cataract. So it's all individual choice and preference.
Yes, that's important.
You know?
But you think people have cataract, like I know who has that 45, 50 also they get?
Yes. So that is my fourth point, finally, which is diabetes related eye problems. Okay, diabetes, we all know what diabetes is. India is the diabetic capital of the world, unfortunately, and untreated diabetes will affect every organ in the body. One of the organs is the eyes. The changes in the eye because of diabetes mainly affect one part of the eye, which is called the retina, which is the backmost part of the eye, and it can be compared to the film of a camera, basically. Now, if the retina gets damaged, we are not able to reverse that damage. We are able to reduce the speed of further progression. We are able to reduce the speed of more and more damage. We cannot stop or reverse what has happened. So you have lost vision. You are coming, patients come to us with 10, 20, 30% drop in vision. We cannot restore that back. Okay, and it's those patients who get cataracts earlier than normal. Diabetes causes cataracts earlier than what normal age causes. Right? So all diabetics, minimum once a year, have to get a complete detailed eye checkup.
I think this is a very important point doctor has made, that diabetic patients, which is prevalent in India, you have to have come to the doctor to see. As he said, once the damage is done, you cannot reverse the damage, but at least prevention is better than cure, you know. So you have to, whether you have diabetes, no diabetes, I think it's like a lifestyle full change. Like for example, people say that, oh, we are feeling very tired but nothing is wrong with us. I said no, something is wrong with you, whether maybe in terms of nutrition, physical activity. So this is a very, very important point you made. So when it comes to digital eye strain, you know, like people and laptops whole day on the phone, and also what are your tips to minimize them? What can we do in terms of, you know, maybe nutrition or eye exercises, or you know, something which can feel more relaxed to the eyes? Or
so I tend to be a little practical about things. I don't think it's easy to really stop your laptop usage or to drastically reduce your phone usage, especially those who are working on these gadgets. So what we have to do, as I mentioned earlier, the first is to consciously, continuously blink your eyes.
Blink.
Okay, that's the first one. The second is to every 20 minutes to look far away for 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Okay, so if you're at a desk, you know, maybe look out of the window, maybe walk to the window in your office and look far away for 20 seconds. The third is to hydrate yourself well during the day.
Okay.
The fourth is to not sit under the blast of an air conditioner or a fan.
This is news to me.
No, it's not. So see, now example, we are sitting, our AC is right there. We are sitting, you will feel the draft on your face. Which means that whenever your eyes are open, this draft of the AC air is drying up your eye. But if you don't have dryness, you're fine.
Okay.
The person who has dryness, who has the symptoms of dryness, they need to do everything to start feeling better.
Oh, okay. This is very important.
So draft of an AC or this thing. And of course, general health wise, which also helps the eyes, is you have to have enough sleep.
Okay.
Which is another big issue today for people. Unfortunately, because I see kids, it's even an issue for kids.
Okay.
They're not sleeping on time and they're not sleeping enough.
Okay.
And that will aggravate the digital eye strain.
Oh, I think this is a very, very important point, because yes, they say if you don't sleep well, there's anxiety also, you feel depressed, you feel irritated in the morning, and now because of children having so many activities, you know, in like this class is there, that class is there, they also get worked up and bored for the parent and child. But sleep is very, very important, because sometimes you might do everything, but we don't do the basic lifestyle changes. It can have an effect on the eyes. And what do you think about, you know, I've heard walking on the grass, nature, they say is very good for the eyes. You feel that is also good?
I think that was, I actually don't know the significance of walking on grass.
Okay.
However, I do think it was created such so that we end up looking far. Because if you're on grass, you're basically outdoors.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so just like many things in our Indian culture, we have so many kind of habits or ways to do things. You know, do it like this, do it like that. There's some logic to it. I personally think this is the logic, but I don't know any special relationship with grass and eyes.
Okay, so thank you so much. Any other tips, what do you feel for the eyes, or any advice you would like to give young professionals and who are entering into this field? And you know, also you have a rich experience for 16 years. So what really made you choose also, you know, this field?
This ophthalmology, you know, as an MBBS student, when I was studying in Bombay, we end up getting postings in various specialties.
Okay.
So in my opthal posting, I think what stuck with me at that time was that when you do a cataract surgery, the next day the patient sees well.
Okay.
Okay. So it's instant. It's instant gratification for the patient.
Yes.
But it's also instant gratification for the doctor.
Yes, true.
Okay, because when the patient is happy,
the doctor is happy.
You are happy. Because you know, that's what we want.
Yes.
And from a practice perspective, from a professional perspective, that's what we want.
Yes.
And even if from a purely commercial perspective, that's what we want.
Yes.
We want you to be happy, we want to solve your problem so that you're happy with us.
Yeah, true, very true.
That instant gratification that I saw in these patients at that time probably swayed me towards ophthalmology.
Oh, okay. I think this
Yeah.
is very important because it's so true. When the patient is happy, the doctor feels happy. You know that okay, it's been successful. It's like giving an exam. No?
Yeah.
Like when you get a 90%, you feel so good, and it's instant.
Yeah.
It's very difficult nowadays in the medical fraternity because I just keep reading a lot of stuff now. Instant, they say no. You know, it takes time for the medicine to work on the body and all.
So
but
this actually with today's techniques, the
Yes.
results are very good, and patients are happy.
Okay, that's cool. And any advice for the people young professionals who want to enter into your field?
I'll give a little non-medical advice actually to ophthalmologists, or rather ophthalmologists who are entering the world of private practice, if you want to call it that, is that that there are multiple aspects to practice, and it is not only your education. Okay, it is not only how brilliant you are for to be able to diagnose and treat eye problems. There are a lot of aspects. You have to be able to manage people. You have to be able to manage finances. You have to be able to be a system person. You have to be able to build systems for your hospital, and these things take. My advice to ophthalmologists will actually not be really medical. It will be a little practical, and I just want them to know that if you are entering private practice, it's not only about your knowledge or about your skill to treat a patient. It also, like for any other business, if you want to set up a private practice, you have to know how to manage finances, you have to know how to manage your people, you need to know how to delegate work, you need to be a systems person, you have to be able to build systems to be able to grow your hospital. And initial days, we feel that, there are no patients, I'm seeing nothing. I used to see one patient a week when I started. That is the time where you can build all these things and do all these things. Do not waste your time. I think you can utilize your time to learn a bit about marketing and this and that and everything. You have to know a little bit about a lot of things.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think this is a very important point because they feel, it's just a doctor, you're seeing patients and it's done. But I think you have to be a people's person. You have to learn to handle the, even grief for patients are feeling. And, I remember reading this book about in doctors that it's very important to be kind and nurturing to your patients, because if you're not and your tone is loud, not yours, I mean whoever's doctors, it might just put off the patient. And as you said, you should know the finances, systems, because a lot goes involved when you're a single, like handedly handling a lot of things. So I think this is very important because they say anyone can get a 90% in school or college, but when you come in the outside world, I still remember my teacher telling me when I had passed out from school, college, you're done with it, but the outside, your teachers just scold you and you're done, but in the outside world, it is totally different. There's a saying, like, life, at least when we are giving exam, we prepare, but life, there's no exam, you are just on the go, okay? Like you just have to face challenges and all, and there's no preparation. Challenges hits you, whether it's health, finances, relationship, and you have to deal with it. So this is a very, very important point. Thank you so much. And last question, you are a family man and you have kids. So how do you manage work-life balance? Because I think that is very, very important in today's world nowadays.
So fortunately, ophthalmology doesn't have too many emergencies.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not forced to go to hospitals at odd hours. That is one. Second is, by God's grace, we I know you know me, we come from a certain level of privilege, which is just luck. We haven't done anything to really get that privilege, but that also allows us to schedule our time. So right from the beginning, actually, we have shut shop at 6 o'clock. Okay. I live very nearby, and therefore I'm home by 6:15 or 6:30 max. And then I do my thing. So I'm at work I do spend 10 hours at work. Okay. But without that also, I won't be able to function. So I need to be at the clinic. And I think we do a lot of time. I take off for hikes, one big hike every year. Okay. I hope to do Vipassana one day.
Okay.
Whenever that happens, hopefully you can push me
Yeah.
toward that
Yes.
thing. I have a colleague, Dr. 𝓗𝓵𝓵𝓵. She does Vipassana.
Okay.
She's done it, I think, 2 or 3 times. She's also trying to push me. Another colleague wants to do Vipassana also, so we are hoping we'll do it together.
Okay.
But you tell me one thing, people say eyes are the windows to the soul.
Yes.
So since you're the soul expert, what do you think about that?
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Natasha Advani, an international manifestation and wellness coach. There's a saying, your internal world is a reflection of your external world. And yes, what doctor said, he's a specialist, it's very important to do all that what he said. But I feel internal is also important. So meditation, like I'm an expert in meditation, I've done Vipassana and a lot of modalities. So it's very important, when you do meditation, it relaxes the eyes, and when you relax the eyes, automatically the strain goes. Also, meditation helps in blood circulation. So when blood circulation happens, oxygen is there, which is also good for the eyes, and meditation helps also in mind-body connection, because why do diseases happen? Why do things happen? Because there's no alignment of the mind, body and soul. As I said, it's important to exercise, physical. Obviously, no matter, you might do a lot of things, surgeries, whatever, but if you are negative mindset, no amount of people can help you, no amount of surgeries. It's very important to be positive, and soul, of course, to keep yourself more relaxed, because when you're relaxed, what does meditation do? It relaxes you, and when you're relaxed, what happens? Automatically your eyes feel good and you can sleep well. Another issue which you had said, a lot of challenges for sleep. I know the children, you can't do it, but there are a lot of other techniques I know which can help even children to sleep, and that is very, very beneficial for the eyes, so that's very important to also be relaxed, because imagine you're doing everything, putting solutions, but if you're still stressed and you're still on the digital eye train, like I do so much, but still I got it because of work pressure and all. So I think a combination of external and internal is very important. Then only we can have a healthy lifestyle and move ahead in wherever we have.
No, I agree. I mean, someone had once mentioned to me that, Deepak, just like in a plane, when there's an emergency, the masks drop from the top.
Yes.
And you're always told to put on your mask first.
Yes.
Because if you can't take care of yourself,
yes,
then you can't take care of the next person. And that actually, I think, also applies in our families.
Okay.
So if we are not happy, we can't have a peaceful home, or when you go home, you're hanging with the kids and the wife and all that. Now so we have to keep trying to make our life better.
Yeah, true.
Automatically we'll be better at taking care of the lives of others around us.
Yes, very true. It's a very important aspect, and even for mothers, because obviously
because they get very busy with the kids, and they have totally.
And they always say you first. Obviously, I'm not saying don't be selfless, but even in a plane, they say please put the mother's mask first and then the children, because you have to look after yourself, because if you fall sick, how you, especially for a woman or man, and how you going to look after the family? And I guess work-life balance is very important. Like you're lucky you can go home at 6. Not many people. I know people who work 15 hours a day, and then they have to manage wife and kids and commuting. I think half your time goes in means not people.
My colleagues at work do that. I know the scene.
Some people are born privileged, but even some people 2 hours it takes to come by train, which is again it is stressful. Like we are in Bombay and this is the heat around, and as we know the global warming is going to get even worse, and it's going to be bad for the eyes also. So it's very important to do meditation at the same time, do the eye exercises what doctor has said, and solutions and everything. And so thank you so much for giving your precious time, and we don't close without a free gift. So please go to my website www.natashaadvani.com. I have a free abundance meditation for you. You can just click on the website and get your free abundance meditation. And looking forward for the next video, as the best conversations happen in Natasha Advani's YouTube channel. But this is not only about talking. All the insights you got, you have to put it into action. So I would love to have your comments below, and for details for doctor, I'll be putting it on the comments below. If you all want to, come and visit him, whether it's children, even elderlies. As I said, I have gone to him, and he is just awesome, and he's done a very, very great job. And eyes are always on the brighter side of life. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, eyes are the windows to the soul. You sometimes look at people and you know whether they're happy, sad, just by looking at the eyes. So thank you for having me, and wishing you the best.
Thank you so much.